I think it would be very similar to the first time. I think he's all talk.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'd still vote for him because we get two choices and he has a pulse-ish, kind of, sort of.
So this is a question I've been asking a bunch of people. If and you know, now as time goes on, because before we didn't know as much, but just pretend that we don't know that Trump said he wouldn't do this. But what would you do if he picked Haley for VP?
Is that a serious question?
I mean, I'm already so unenthusiastic. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Here's the thing. Just between us and everyone watching, a year ago, people who were close to him were telling me that he was going to pick her. And now, so the fact that now there's starting to be rumors of that, I'm inclined to believe it. I would expect him to pick her because I think these people who have Trump derangement syndrome give him way the hell too much credit, that they think he's this dictator. No, I think he'll win, and I think it'll be, or I mean, I don't think he'll win, but if he won, I think it would be very similar to the first time. I think he's all talk.
Yeah.
So I'd still vote for him because we get two choices and he has a pulse-ish, kind of, sort of.
Generally speak English.
Yeah, sometimes.
I feel essentially the same way that, like, we, especially looking back, we definitely needed a Trump. Did it have to be specifically Trump? Probably not, but how many other people are, you know, like Trump? I definitely think we needed that bull in a china shop thing.
He said to shake things up.
But now, and especially if we hadn't had COVID, then, you know, going back to PBD, he brought up this notion of that there's two different types of presidents: the Trailblazer and the flag carrier. And so you would say that Trump is more of a trailblazer, kind of shaking things up. And shout out to Virgil, Stormy Daniels for VP. Trump is more of that trailblazer where he's changing things up. And the flag carrier comes in and just, you know, maintains everything that's good and doesn't drop the ball. And I think that, you know, Vivek could have really been a good flag carrier, because I think both are important.
I think DeSantis, as horrible as he was at running for president, I think he would have been a trailblazer doing the job like he has been as governor. I think Trump talks like a trailblazer, but I think if you look at what he actually did, he was a total flag carrier.
How so?
The omnibus spending bill, the not getting what did he really do? Most of the stuff he did was just immediately undone by executive order. Going along with the entire COVID agenda. There's just really nothing that stands out terribly. She's tired from the 12 fellas. Here over.
Yikes. And I generally agree with you. And I was just having this, this debate, whatever you want to call it, the other day about, like, oh, what did Trump do that's so great? It's like, not much. But that's not the question that I'm asking. The question, or that I'm answering when I'm answering who am I going to vote for, is that we've seen all the bullshit with the liberal establishment and the direction that that's moving, and the World Economic Forum, all, like, it's the big thing that everybody has been worried about for the last 20 years, and we're actually starting to see things manifest in that way. And it's like, oh shit, this is real now.
We're not in Kansas anymore, Dorothy.
I honestly don't know if Trump doesn't win, or if Trump's not on the ballot. I don't know if America works anymore. I'm not saying it's going to fall in one day, but I think that's the beginning of the end.
It was going downhill straight from there.
Yeah, no, I kind of agree. I kind of have felt like this election, like, if we have another chance to turn things around through voting, I don't think we'll get another one. Mm-hmm. Which is why I'm kind of checked out mentally from this election, because I don't think he's going to win. And I'm like, no. Well, the thing is, the question that I've been asking for about 2 years now that I would like, I would need to hear an answer to this to get on board the Trump train again, is if the election in 2020 was fortified and you have shown that you are incapable of putting together any sort of strategy or team or plan to combat that, what's your plan this time? What is going to be different this time? And I've heard nothing about it, because there isn't a plan.
Yeah, and I don't
not to bum everyone out. I'm sorry,
no,
I was very outspoken about this beforehand, but now I'm like, well, he's the nominee, and I'd rather him than Biden. So
Well, yeah, but I
It
think
is what it is at this point.
yeah, I think it is definitely important to put it out there so that not only are we, thinking about these things and either coming up with reasons why, like, okay, I can accept that because X, Y, Z, or maybe that changes your position. I can't vote for either of these guys. I'm going to write somebody. We need to think about those things. And so, like, a pretty typical conservative response to what did Trump do and all that is just the fact that the liberals are going too far, and it's not even in the sense of a lesser of two evils. Because I think Hillary and Trump, whoever you voted for, you were casting a lesser of two evils vote, not knowing that Trump was going to be, as I don't want, not charismatic, but as much of a leader. You know what I mean? It's in the sense that he was bringing people together. And now I think it's a little bit different because the response is typically, well, there was Russiagate for the first 2 years and then there was COVID. So how would you? How is that not? That's not an excuse, a good enough excuse for you?
No.
Why not?
He allowed the COVID hysteria to spread. And the thing is, if, it bugs me that some of his supporters will say, oh, he was tricked, he was duped. I'm like, well, don't get duped then. Are you going to get duped again? Like,
well, and
at least own up to that.
Yes.
And give us some assurance that you will never allow this to happen again. The biggest scam in American history.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think that would be ideal, but I think it's kind of it's kind of implied that he's not the kind of guy who's going to say that. But he could be he's much more likely to be the kind of guy who goes in there, saw what was good, maybe fumbled the bag, dropped the ball, whatever you want to say. And I was like, oh, okay, I see what I did wrong. And now it goes back and does it right the second time. Now, is that wishful thinking? Partly, yes.
It's all we've got at this, but
Right.
honestly, like I said, what's the alternative?
Yeah. So if Trump gets in there, I will definitely hope he surrounds himself with better people, more trustworthy people, and is able to get more done. He definitely has some stuff to own up to. Exactly. And I'm not expecting him to address those things. I think he is somebody who is just going to do it better if that's what he's going to do. And I will happily be like, hey guys, I fucked up. This is not any better than Joe Biden, just kind of existing. I don't think that's going to be the case, but if it is, I'll happily be there. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed that clip, check out the full live stream link in the bio and catch me live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. See you there.